grief and how people generally, I think, expect grief to resolve much quicker than it does, if it resolves at all, which I don't think it does. And I very much felt I didn't intend to start writing something publicly. I was part of a closed writing group. I put a bit on Facebook. People said keep sharing. I started sharing. It grew and grew. And I sort of was very conscious at a certain point that I felt like people around me were kind of going, okay, enough now, shut up. They weren't always saying that.
Time to move on.
Yeah, come on, 6 months, that's enough. And for me at 6 months, it was that was the absolute worst. I felt so much worse at 6 months than I had at 1 month or 2 months, and likewise at 2 years, 3 years. It still can floor me, now. So this is a bit called the tightrope of grief. This is probably written around 6 months, I think. Every day I walk a tightrope in the darkness over a gaping chasm. I have no idea where I'm trying to get to, as there's no light out there to aim for, but I know I must keep moving, edging tentatively towards some kind of unfathomable future. It is a balancing act, I'm told, between grief and recovery. Spend too long looking at the chasm and you risk falling into blackness, never to return. But run too quickly over it and the darkness will eat you just the same, perhaps slowly or unexpectedly. Perhaps at some point in the future, when you think you are sitting safely on the other side on a sunny patch of grass, the ground will open up and swallow you whole without warning. You can't escape from this kind of grief. The only safe way to go is carefully, inch by inch, breath by breath, word by word, day by day, putting one foot in front of the other, hoping, and yet I dare not even hope anymore, that one day you will be glad that you kept going, that one day you might reach the other side. The best way to keep your balance on a tightrope is to focus on something directly in front of you, which is fine by me, because I can't look too far ahead. The emptiness is too overwhelming. So I put things in my diary, not because I look forward to them, but because they keep me looking forwards. And sometimes looking forwards keeps me from falling, and sometimes I fall anyway. I don't yet know my limits in this new world. I have to test the rope to find out whether it can take the weight of me and this grief that I'm carrying, this unwieldy monster that I haul around with me in the dark. Sometimes it is sleepy and well behaved and I can carry it gracefully. The crowd don't even notice the beast on my shoulders. And sometimes they notice and are impressed that I can still tiptoe onwards with such a burden on my back. But sometimes it is wild and wakish and it pulls me off balance. And when this happens and the rope is slippery and the spotlights are too bright in my eyes, when the noise of the band and the crowds is too much, I go down. And you, my safety net, are not there to catch me. Luckily, at the bottom of the chasm there is water. Luckily, I can swim. So far, I have not drowned.
So moving. I'm astonished that you could find those words.